guys, welcome to today's lesson, and we are going to talk about how to find the factorial of numbers, and we're going to use Visual Basic to do that. So first of all, let's bring a label, a button, and a text box onto our form. So first of all, let's bring a label. So a label, then say number. So I have this, and also let me change the font to a little bigger font, and that will be, let's say, 15. Okay, so from here let me copy and paste, and then let me change the second label to results, which will display our results for the factorial. So let's say results. Okay, now let's bring two text boxes, which one will be for the input and the other will be for displaying of our answer. So we have this text box, and let's change its font to, let's say, 15. It will be okay, 15. So we have 15. Let's reduce it a little. Okay, so 15. Now copy and paste. Copy and paste it. So kindly, let's do some changes here. Let's change the name property of text box 1 and text box 2. Okay, so the name property of text box 1, let's make it, let's say, txt number. Okay, txt number, and let's change that of the results as txt results, right? So let's say txt results, enter. So we have changed them, and so it's left with one button, left with a button. Let me bring a button into the form. Okay, let me rearrange it well. Alright, so I have my button here, and this one will be, let me change the name, the text property of the button to, let's say, solve. Okay, and the font, let's change it to 15. So 1515. Okay, so this is what we have. Alright, so now we are going to solve this, and actually I want to change the text of my form to Factorial. Alright, so I get this. Then I want to show the icon. Okay, so this is how our form is going to look like. When you debug it, this is what you are going to get. So let's see how our program will look like. Okay, so this is how it's going to look like. So we have the number, you just input a number and just say solve, and the answer will be displayed here. So now let's start putting in our codes. Okay, so we are going to start with our code lines, and our code will be in the, to be here. But first of all, before we can code for the factorial, we have to first create a private function for the factorial, which Whenever the user clicks on the button, we'll be able to use that private function to function properly. So let's do that one first before we can do any other. So first of all, let's create a private function, and let's say private function. Okay, private function, which will be our factorial, and then so you say by value. Yeah, we have by value. Then the letter, let's represent it by x. Okay, and it should be as probably as long. Yeah, and then we close it and as again another long. Yeah, so we have created a private function, and then we say if, let's say that the x, whenever you're solving for factorial, whether it's less than 1 or equal to 1, its answer is 1. Yeah, so that is what we are going to do. We say that if the value of x is less than or equal to 1, then what should happen? Then the system should return 1, right? 1. So else, if it is not less than or equal to 1, and if the number is probably maybe 2 or 3, with the answer will be 6. That one too, let's see how it's going to be like. So as we have already declared the function, we are going to use factorial, and this one, the answer will be the value of x, right, which will multiply the factorial of the number less than the x, which will be factorial of the number, which is x minus 1. So what I mean is that when I say a factorial of 3, factorial of 3 will be 3, which will be my x. It will multiply the factorial of 2 and 1. So that is how it is going to be in that order. So this is how it is declared. Okay, so we are done with this. Alright, so now let's put in some codes into the button, that when the user clicks it, it will solve for the factorial for him. Okay, so we'll say let's first declare our values. So let's say we show them number, and let's say results also. Them number, result as say long. Alright, and because we used long in the function, we are also going to use long over here. If we use double, we use double here. Alright, so we give a dimension as long, and then what we say, let's try to use the try and catch function. In this place, we cannot use the if and maybe the then statement here. We use try and catch function, and we say that if you expect that a particular exception might occur, let's say during a particular section of code, put the code in a try block and use a catch block to return the control as handled the expression if it occurs. Okay, so let's say that a try and catch statement consists of a try block followed by one or more catch clauses. So we are going to use a try block which will follow by one or more catch clauses, but we are going to use only one catch clause. So this try, what we are going to input in here is that our number which we have declared, okay, should equal to, let's say, and what should it be equal to? This And then inside the number, that is this one, inside this place, that is txt number. Yes, txt number. So we are going to txt number, the text, and then you also have the results being declared, which is also equal to, that will be the factorial of the number we have over here. So we copy that and I paste it here. Okay, so we are done with this. And where should the answer be displayed? It should be displayed in let's say txt, that's the results. Alright, the text equal to, should be equal to the results. Okay, and we convert it to string. That is all. So we say alright. And then in case if you see we are using long, and this long is having some limitation of data variables. So in case maybe someone punches 100,000 factorial, I think that one, the answer will be very bigger than long, which maybe it will be seen in the double variable. So we have to put in some catch. We have to put something in the catch block. Okay, and what it will display is that, let's say it should display to the user a message box saying that invalid number. Okay, invalid number. So that is all. So this is what will display to the user, that invalid number. So let's test our app and see what we are going to get. Okay, so let's put in a number like 2 and let's solve it. You get the result to be 2. Yes, because it is 2 times 1. Okay, and let's change it, let's clear it and put in another number. So another number like 5, and let's just imagine the answer. It will be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And we know that 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times 3 is 60. 60 times 2 is 120. And 120 times 1 is still 120. So let's solve. We get 120. So we are correct. And then we are good to go. Okay, I think that on our form there is something left, the reset button. I will claim both the first one and the second one altogether. So let's add that one and then we are done. Okay, so we go to the form and then let's bring in another button for probably the copy and paste. First, select the solve button, copy it and paste it. So copy and paste. Now change the text of the second form, which is the button 2, the button 2 to reset. So the text to reset. Okay, and what should we put in the reset? We are going to clear both the 2 text boxes. So we say that let's display a message box. Okay, so if message box, the message box is equal to do you really want to clear? Okay, let me change it to a simple sentence. Let's say clear data question mark. Okay, and let's bring an ampersand, and then let's bring a new line, bb new line. So bb new line, and then another ampersand, clear data. So let's bring bb yes no. Okay, so yes no, and then let's bring the title of the message box, which should be, let's say, Factorial, and then let's close it. So if this message is equal to, so we have the message box results dot yes. So if it is yes, then what do? Then the application, the result will clean everything. Then it will be text box number dot text will be equal to nothing. Okay, and the other one with text box results dot text is also equal to nothing. Alright, so we are done with everything. So let's test for the results and see how that one is also going to be. So first of all, I want to change where the form would be displayed, center screen. Okay, so let me save the work and then debug it. So guys, this is how it's going to be. So let's say 5, which we know the answer to be 120. We get it. Now reset. Okay, the reset is not functioning. I think there might be some logic error somewhere, and it was given to us. So let's stop debug and then try and fix the error. Okay, I think that it will be a comma. Okay, it's still loading. I think there should be a comma over here. Comma. Okay, so if message box this comma and this one also comes comma Factorial. Alright, so let's see if there is one error. Now we have no error, and we have no errors, so we can debug and see what we can get. Okay, so the number, let's try 5 again. Solve and reset. So we see it says that clear data yes. The reason why yes is highlighted is that because it says that when because we chose yes here, that whenever the user clicks yes, then this function should happen. That is why yes was highlighted. Okay, so this is the end of today's lesson, and probably this is the end of today's lesson. So See you soon in our next video, which I will bring in to you how to create combination, permutation, and more of statistics using Visual Basic. See you soon. Bye.